Hello, everybody. It's Bill, it's that college football guy here. Another video. Yeah, you can see the traffic moving by over here. I'm here on I-75 southbound, headed App State to Michigan. Picked up a load, heading home. I'll be getting back in Tennessee on Thanksgiving morning. Wife and I kind of planned that. I want to be home Wednesday, but at least I'll have a Thanksgiving weekend home. Able to catch a lot of these college football games and some NFL. A little bit I plan on watching that, mainly college. Because Sunday I'm back out on the road and out at it again. And I'm heading actually right back up to Michigan again. But this is, we're talking about that. We're talking about part two. This is all the picks for all the Saturday games for week 14, rivalry week. We got a bunch to get into here. We got a lot of schools that are on flight 180. 16 in total. 16 schools are going to be playing each other. Excuse me, 16 schools that are playing in games that have 3 losses. Remember, you get that fourth loss. Third loss, you're on flight 180. You got the tickets. Fourth loss, you didn't get off the plane in time. Your season's reached its final destination, and you're off my top 25 because I don't believe in ranking a 4-loss team. Now, the way this is going, because there's 16 teams going out here, one of them's going head-to-head, so we're guaranteed to lose one. These games have got some meaning here. We got a lot of games up here where battle for bowl eligibility on the last game of the year. It's a lot of stuff to get into. So let's get into it. Starting off with the game. Michigan and Ohio State. Ohio State's a 20-point home favorite. Oh, the spread normally would be bad. You know how bad Ohio State feels like they got screwed the last few years. And they're playing Michigan. And Michigan is down. You honestly think they won't take every chance to try to shove this down Michigan's throat? Oh, this is going to be revenge. They're going to run this bad boy up to send a message. So give me Ohio State and the 20. I'll lay the 20. I think they're going to beat them that bad. Tennessee and Vandy. This wasn't really a rivalry, per se, but Tennessee's a 10.5-point favorite. Here's the simple stat of this game. Tennessee wins. They finish 10-2. They're in the playoff. Vandy wins. Tennessee's out, so Vandy can play spoiler. And they know it. This is Diego Pavia's last regular season game, senior night. It's going to be big, but not big enough. I'm taking my balls and I'm laying the 10.5. Now we got the Palmetto Bowl. South Carolina at Clemson. Clemson's a 2.5-point favorite. South Carolina, could a 3-loss team get in the playoff? I don't want there to be one, but there's a possibility. And South Carolina is rolling in hot. They have just been beating people up. If they want to have any chance of possibly getting a backdoor shot into the playoff, they got to win this game. They also have 3 losses. So they get that 4th loss, they reach their final destination for the season. Clemson at 9-2, they win. They're 10-2. They got a damn good shot at getting in. So this is basically possibly for a spot in the college football playoff, as well as a rivalry game. So that makes it even more amplified. But given all that, give me Clemson. I'll lay the 2.5. I think they're going to beat them. The battle for the Land of Lincoln Trophy. Illinois at Northwestern. Illinois is a 7.5-point favorite. I'll make this short and sweet. Northwestern doesn't have the firepower to keep up with Illinois. They're going to try. They're at home in that somewhat stadium. Give me Illinois, and I'm laying the 7.5. The battle for the Governor's Cup. It's Louisville at Kentucky. This is a rivalry game. Louisville's a 3.5-point road favorite. Kentucky's had its moments. It's senior night. They're at home. But I think Louisville wants to send a little message because some people think they're borderline top 25. They want to prove the fact and get themselves in for a bigger bowl game and win this rivalry. So give me Louisville and I'm laying the 3.5. Baylor at Kansas. Kansas is a 1.5-point home favorite. Baylor has got the better record, but Kansas is running in hot. Ever since they had that 2-point loss to Kansas State, which is a tough team to play, they come back and they've beaten Iowa State, BYU, and Colorado. And they win this game, they're bowl eligible. So there's even more on the line. They beat Baylor. It's their 4th consecutive win against winning teams. And they get into a bowl game. So I'm sorry, Scotty. Give me Kansas. I'm laying the 1.5. They're just too damn hot right now. West Virginia, Texas Tech. Texas Tech's a 2.5-point home favorite. West Virginia's been a bit up and down, but they've been winning a lot more than I thought they would do. Texas Tech's done a lot better than I thought they were going to do. And they're at home. If this was in Morgantown, I'd take West Virginia. But since this is Texas Tech's at home. I'm sorry, y'all. But I got to take Texas Tech to win this. A rivalry game that doesn't have a rivalry name, but it's Middle Tennessee State of Florida International. These two schools in Conference USA do not like each other. Florida International is an 8.5-point home favorite. Florida National's figured things out a little bit, but the problem is they're spotty. Middle Tennessee State has a tendency to come in and surprise people. This is their last game of the year. It's both of them. This is the last game of the year, rivalry game. I'm going to pick Florida National to win, but give me MTSU in the 8.5. I think it's going to be a closer game than that, so I'll take the points. So Florida National wins, but MTSU will cover the spread. Coastal Carolina, Georgia State. Georgia State's a 1-point home favorite. Coastal, they win this game, they're bowl eligible. They need this. And with that being said, I think Coastal's going to do it, so give me Coastal +1. All right, South Florida at Rice. South Florida's a 5-point favorite on the road. South Florida wants this game, needs this win to build things up, to do better. Rice, I don't think, if South Florida gets going, they can't have the firepower. Give me South Florida and lay the 5 points. Maryland at Penn State. Oh, boy. Penn State's a 24.5-point favorite. Penn State has a whopping, huge one loss on the year. Anybody thinks they're getting a second, you're out of your damn mind. They're going to win this game. But I don't like the 24.5. After what Penn State did last week with Minnesota, I don't like it. So give me Penn State to win, but I'm taking Maryland in the points because 24.5 win by more than 3 touchdowns. I don't see it. The battle for the Jules Shillelagh. Oh yes, it's Notre Dame and USC. Notre Dame's a 7.5-point road favorite. Notre Dame's playing good. USC's playing bad. This game has always been close at times. Even when one of the other, it's just the way it works. Rarely, there are blowouts now and then, but not that often. So that being said, I'm taking Notre Dame to win, but give me USC in the points. I think it's going to be less than a touchdown. Miami at Syracuse. Miami's a 10.5-point road favorite. Syracuse is on flight 180. They got that third loss. They get a fourth one, they're out. They want to have any shot at doing anything better. They got to win this game, but I think Miami's got too much firepower, and they win. They're in the ACC championship game, and they know it, so they're not going to take their foot off the gas. Give me Miami laying 10.5. Cal and SMU. This game I struggled with because SMU is guaranteed a spot in the ACC championship game. But do they rest players? No, I don't think so. Some people thought they're going to rest them. Why? Because you're looking at the CFP making it. There's no guarantee you're going to beat Miami. You win, put you in a better position. If you lose, possibly getting that large bid. You need that spot. So that being said, give me SMU laying 12.5. Oh boy. This is going to get picked. It's going to get some people pissed off. The Iron Bowl, Auburn at Alabama. Bama's an 11.5-point home favorite. If this would have been the year to have a game in Jordan-Hare, this would have been the year for it because that place has got gremlins. I don't know what the hell's up with it. If you watched Auburn play any game at home, some crazy crap happens every damn game. What is up with it? It's like there's always something that happens. A lucky bounce, an unlucky bounce, miraculous fourth and whatever the hell it was last year. What the hell, Auburn? But Bama, if they want to have any shot at all of making the playoff, they have to win this game. Auburn knows that, wants to play spoiler, and they win, they're bowl eligible. Win the game and knock Bama out of the playoffs. I'm picking Bama to win. But that 11.5 is too much. Give me Auburn in the points. I don't think it's going to be, I think it'll be a lot closer. Ah, yes, the duel in the desert, the battle for the Territorial Cup. We're talking Arizona State at Arizona. Arizona State's an 8.5-point favorite. They know if they want to get in the Big 12 title game, they win, they're in. They know that. So does Arizona. Arizona could play spoiler here. Will they? No. I'm picking Arizona State to win, but the 8.5 for me is too much. I think they're going to make it a lot closer because of the rivalry. Give me Arizona plus 8.5. Arizona State will win, but they will not cover. Ah, yes, the Battle Line Trophy, the battle for the Battle Line Trophy, called the Battle Line Rivalry. Arkansas, Missouri. Missouri is only a 3-point home favorite, which basically means it's to pick them. Missouri going down. Arkansas kind of going like this. I debated on this one because it's like Arkansas's played bad, but they could basically end Missouri's chances of doing anything. Because Missouri has 3 losses. They're on flight 180. Arkansas could really wreck their season and win the rivalry to boot. Can't believe I'm saying this. Give me Arkansas +3 to win heads up over Missouri. Rutgers at Michigan State. Michigan State's a 1.5-point favorite. Michigan State at home. They win. They're bowl eligible. Rutgers hasn't looked the past couple of weeks, but Michigan State is Michigan State. Y'all got a lot more time to work on this damn thing. This isn't gonna be the year, and I think Rutgers is gonna do just enough to piss you off. And I'm picking Rutgers to win heads up over Michigan State. You're gonna lose, and you're not going with bowl Spartans. Sorry. Fresno State at UCLA. UCLA is an 8-point home favorite. UCLA is looking good. Fresno State. I liked what I saw with the offense. They're getting better. Does UCLA have the firepower to beat Fresno? Yes, they do. UCLA is at home. But 8 points is too much. I just don't trust this UCLA team that much. So give me UCLA to win. I'm taking Fresno State in the points, and they may win this outright. It's a possibility. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen. Fresno could beat UCLA outright, but I'm taking Fresno in the points because 8, I just don't think it's going to happen. It'll be a lot closer than that. Talk about this game. It's got some importance. NC State at North Carolina. North Carolina's a 3.5-point favorite. This is a rivalry game. The premier matchup in the state of North Carolina, the one everybody watches. They officially have a rivalry game or a trophy. Mac Brown, rumor was out he was fired. No. Mac Brown his contract will not be renewed past this season. So this is his last game. He will be coaching his last game on the sideline against NC State. NC State wins, they're bowl eligible. That's how far down they've fallen. They win, they're bowl eligible. They need this game. Can they send Mac Brown home with a loss? No. I think coach going out, wanted to stay, told he's leaving. I think the players are going to rally behind him. And I think I'm picking North Carolina to cover the 3.5. I think they're going to win this game for coach. The Battle of I-10. The battle for the Silver Spade. We're talking UTEP at New Mexico State. New Mexico State's a 2.5-point favorite. This is the 100th meeting between these two. Got a lot going on here, don't we? So, that being said, Mexico State's offense is doing good, running the ball. UTEP's on there, but Mexico State has certain weaknesses I don't like. Mexico State everybody and their mother is... I've looked at some of the predictions from people predicting the game, and they're picking Mexico State to win by 20. You're out of your crackheaded mind. This will be a close game. They're only fair by 2.5, which means it's almost a pick 'em. At home. Not a pick 'em for me. I'm picking UTEP to win it heads up. They're going to win this game. TCU at Cincinnati. TCU is a 3-point road favorite. What's on the line here? Cincinnati wins. They're bowl eligible. They need this win to get that done. They're at home. Senior night, all that stuff, and TCU is going to ruin your day. They want to get back on track, and I think they have a mentality right now. They're going to go for somebody's throat. And this is the game they get their get right. I just can't pick Cincinnati in this game. I'm sorry. So give me TCU, and I'm laying the 3 points. Wyoming at Washington State. Washington State's a 17-point home favorite. Wyoming played a great game last week against Boise. Shut them down, man, because of all of Boise's injuries. But Washington State, Mateer's playing great. I was debating on this because of the spread, the 17. That's high. But can Wyoming do it 2 games in a row? No. I don't think they can. Washington State, they're on flight 180. They got 3 losses now. They can't afford another one. So give me Washington State, and I'm laying the 17. I think they're going to blow them out. The battle for the old Oaken Bucket. Purdue at Indiana. Indiana's a 28.5-point favorite. Good Lord. Indiana got obliterated. Oh, Indiana played. Indiana got. Damn, choking. Indiana got outclassed, okay? That's simple. Indiana got outclassed. They did not have the talent to keep up. I told you, guys, I talked about a story about Indiana. They're a more fundamental version of last year's Florida State team. All starters, no bench. The starters get hurt, they get exposed, the team goes downhill. Is Indiana going to lose to Purdue? Hell no. The bucket's is going to be. The Hoosiers are taking it home. But that 28.5 is too much. I think they're going to do something to win the game and possibly take the foot off the gas. So give me Purdue in the points, but I'm picking Indiana wins heads up. So I don't think 28.5 too much. All right, the battle for the McCullough Trophy, part of the Florida Cup, which Florida's already won. Florida at Florida State. Florida's a 14.5-point favorite. You picture the beginning of the damn year. Florida's now a 14.5-point favorite on the road at Florida State. What the hell happened this year? Well, we know what happened this year. Florida State fell flat on their face, which I didn't call. I picked Florida State going to the ACC championship game. I feel like a first-class moron. Florida State is a shell of their former selves. The team is now basically proven to be a collection of individuals. It's not a team. Florida, bowl eligible. They're playing with house money. They want to stick their foot in everybody's throat. On their throat. They want to end this. So give me Florida in the 14.5. I think they're going to beat Florida State. Oh boy. The border war. Washington at Oregon. Oregon's an 18.5-point favorite. Washington, this is a game for them. They won both of these last year. Oregon knows that. They're going to make sure it doesn't happen a third time. But Oregon has not looked good the last couple of games for me. I don't like what I see. I mean, I took them out of my number one spot because I don't give you credit for close losses to bad teams. Close wins to bad teams. It's points. You got to do something. But I think they're going to do something to Oregon. So give me Oregon to win. But the 18.5, too much. I think it's going to be 17 or less. So give me Washington in the points, but I'm taking Oregon for the win. This is the game I want to watch. And then Tennessee Vandy, make sure they make the playoffs. This is the game I want to watch. The Lone Star Showdown. These two hate each other. Live from College Station. Texas at Texas A&M. Texas is a 5-point road favorite. Why? I'm an SEC guy, but I'm also a realist. Texas isn't that good. Texas had a weakened schedule. They haven't played that many good teams. The one good team they played, they got obliterated by, and that was Georgia. Now they're going to play another one. And that's Texas A&M. Difference here, this is a rivalry. Texas A&M beats Texas. Oh, they're not going to be able to live with themselves. So Texas, but the problem is, Quinn Ewers may not be playing. And that's the problem, is may or may not. They're saying he may play, he may not play. I'm picking Texas to win. But I'm taking A&M on the points because there's a definite, if Ewers doesn't play, A&M could win this. Because Arch Manning's going to prove the fact he belongs to the job. Now, if Arch leads Texas over A&M, good night. Arch is going to be getting some death threats. I'm not lying about it. This is going to be bad. But I pick Texas to win, but give me A&M on the points. I think it'll be a 3-point game. My favorite rivalry name in all of them, out of all of college football, Farmageddon. Kansas State and Iowa State. I love that title. Whoever came with that was a genius. Iowa State's a 2.5-point home favorite. They win, they're in the Big 12 title game. Kansas State has an outside shot with a lot of crap happening. I think Iowa State's going to drop the hammer and end this. They're at home. Give me Iowa State, and I'm laying the 2.5. They go to the Big 12 title game. The battle for Nevada. The battle for the Fremont Cannon. Nevada at UNLV. UNLV's a 17.5-point favorite. If they want to have any chance in hell, they have an outside shot at making the CFP. But a lot of crap has to happen. Like Tulane has to lose, Army has to lose, and Boise has to lose. Possibly James Madison, too. I mean, there's a lot of schools that got to drop games. Louisiana has to drop games for them to get in the CFP as the best G5. But the first thing you got to do is you got to win. Nevada, they've owned Nevada the last few years, and it's going to continue. So I'm picking UNLV to lay the 17.5 because they have to send a message. We're here. Oh boy. I mentioned this in yesterday's video, the part 1 of this, I should say. Because I didn't record this yesterday. Marshall at James Madison. This is one of the games involving the Sun Belt Championship. Marshall wins this game, they're in. James Madison has no shot because of their other losses. James Madison's actually a 3.5 point home favorite. Marshall's plays, they have to win this game. It's on the road at James Madison. JMU thinks they're going to play spoiler. I'm saying no. Marshall, for the first time in a long time, has something to play for, and it means something. I'm taking the Thundering Herd to win this outright. Houston at BYU. BYU a 12.5 point favorite. BYU has looked like BY crap the last few weeks. What the blue hell is that out there? The Battle of the Cougars. Yeah, I had a hard problem with this one because can BYU cover 12.5? I'm really looking at this going like, can BYU cover 12.5? I'm going to give it to them. I'm going to say take BYU in the 12.5, but if they've lost this game or didn't cover, it would not surprise me in the least the way they've been playing the last few weeks. Air Force at San Diego State. Air Force a 3.5 point road favorite. Man, I look at this game and this is just not the season for San Diego State. It's just Aztec fast. Aztec didn't show up. Aztec slow is what it's been. Doesn't have the personnel. It's going to continue. Give me Air Force. I'm laying the 3.5. And the last prediction: New Mexico at Hawaii. New Mexico's a 2.5 point road favorite on the road. New Mexico, I picked to be the worst team in the Mountain West. Bronco Mendenhall has taken this team to the point where they beat Washington State, top 25 at the time. Took a bye week off to go to Hawaii to get ready. Because if they beat Hawaii, they go to a bowl game. They're playing their minds out right now. And I think it continues. Give me New Mexico, and I'm laying the 2.5. I think they're going bowling. Where they're going bowling, I don't know. But they're going to go to a bowl game. That's all the predictions. Now, to get into some things here, we're going to go. First off, we're going to go into the Flight 180 stuff, as I brought up here. All the schools that are playing games that are involved in Flight 180. I said about the schools have 3 losses. Ball State is at Ohio. Ohio wins. They're in the MAC championship game. We already did that one. Navy at East Carolina. Did that one. Mississippi State at Ole Miss. Ole Miss is going for that one. Liberty at Sam Houston State. Sam Houston State has a shot to get in the Conference USA title game, but they're also on Flight 180, so that's tough for them. South Carolina, we mentioned against Clemson. Illinois against Northwestern, we mentioned. Duke's at Wake Forest. Duke's got 3 losses. You want to lose to Wake Forest and have your season reach its final destination against Wake? Oof. Miami and Syracuse, we mentioned that. Auburn and Alabama. Bama has their 3rd loss. Bama could reach its final destination. Auburn beats them. Not only would they go bowl eligible, not only would they win the Iron Bowl, not only would they cross a spot in the CFP, but they wouldn't even be in my top 25 because they get their 4th loss. Arkansas, Missouri. Missouri's got its 3rd loss. Jacksonville State and Western Kentucky. Jacksonville State's in Conference USA title game. Western Kentucky's got 4 losses. Jacksonville State's got 3. They could reach their final destination. Washington State's playing Wyoming. Washington State has 3 losses. Texas A&M playing Texas. Texas A&M's got 3 losses. Kansas State and Farmington against Iowa State. Kansas State has 3 losses. And Marshall and James Madison, who I mentioned, they both have 3 losses. So one of those 2 is going to go away here. And there's also other games here involving teams for bowl eligibility. Louisiana and UL Monroe. Louisiana needs to win the game to get in the conference in the Sun Belt Championship. UL Monroe needs to win to go to the bowling. North Texas at Temple. North Texas wins their bowling. Eastern Michigan and Western Michigan, the directional Michigan universities battling for the Michigan Cup. Both of them are 5-6. Whoever wins goes bowling, so that game's going to be interesting. Appalachian State of Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern needs to win in order to get help to get in the championship game. App State wins, they're going bowling. And the battle for the Commonwealth Cup, Virginia and Virginia Tech, both are 5-6. Whoever wins that game's going bowling. Wow, we got a lot of great games, but I've done enough yapping. We're almost out of time. So, thanks everybody for watching the video. You know what to do here. Smash the like button, hit the thumbs up, comment on the video, let me know what you think of the picks, share the video. If you want to, subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow me on X, the link is in the description. For that craziness, we're trying to figure out what's going to go on with this little playoff we're going to do on YouTube or on X. Looks like top 25 is leading the way, but we'll see. So thanks everybody for watching. We're having a great day, great Friday. Be safe and please be good to each other.